Voices dialogue, and I promised to finish at 10, but it looks like I'm not honoring this promise. So, one of the beautiful things you need ICSEI to learn about this organization is that it was partly born because of you all. That's something to be super proud of. I would like to give yourself a round of applause because of you that we have an organization like this, growing and thriving. So this is an inception story that ICSEI should be proud of, I said. The Africa Voices Dialogue. So, in ICSEI, remember, 2020, our collective goal was to connect colleagues from the global north with their counterparts from 157 developing countries. If you remember, that was what we tried to do. Intentionality about dialogue and exchange between educators from north and south opened spaces for strengthening educators' learning communities. That's a beautiful case study that you should be proud to document. Combining multiple ways of knowing and enable educators, researchers, and policymakers to work together. That's the African Voices Dialogue in Africa, and that's the beautiful work they are doing in Africa right now. AVD has led this mission with lots of faith and lots of love, and is growing up to be the leading Pan-African education convener, and we have the founding members. They are all here with us today. So the deep intention, and that's the Arabic word for it, the niyyah, that comes from the bottom of the heart, intention of the Africa Voices Dialogue is to provide a space for connection and belonging where Africa's educators, learners, and communities are seen, heard, and loved. I just love that. Seen, heard, and loved. Because you need to see me, hear me, love me, so that we can work together. Because I know that work at times is just, it can be grueling, it can be difficult. I think when we have those 4 things established, then I think we can go through the difficult trials together. So just a reminder of the development goals of the Africa Voices Dialogue, to collaboratively lead and convene dialogues, workshops, and conferences on education in Africa, within which the experiences and narratives of African educators, learners, and communities are amplified, and through which they feel seen, heard, and loved. And I would insist on the fact that it's not just the researchers, it's everyone. So we're really talking about the practitioner community, the policymakers community, and the researchers community. To support rigorous research and professional learning based on the experiences in our continent's educators, learners, and communities, and to amplify these learnings within and beyond the continent. It's not an insular organization. It's an organization that's very secure about wanting to learn from others and with others. To facilitate the sharing of the lived experiences and innovative learnings of Africa's educators, learners, and communities with decision-making bodies, such as that they can contribute to policy planning and practice in the continent. And I wouldn't find a better way to capture their niyyah than this. If you really care about starting a movement, have the courage to follow and show others how to follow. And when you find a lone nut doing something great, have the guts to be the first one to stand up and join. Many of the ones who join, they seem like little lone nuts. But that's where innovativeness comes from. That's the quirkiness. That's something that challenges our model of the established. We're secure enough to learn from that, incorporate that, work with that, because we're going to grow together. In conclusion, as we move forward in our journey towards better integration of educational change makers, researchers, policymakers, practitioners, private sector students to serve African educational development needs, we will continue to look for those nuggets wherever we can find them, because we deeply believe that the task of leadership is to create an alignment of strengths in ways that make the system's weakness irrelevant. That's not mine. That's, I'm blanking on his name right now. Karen, help me. All right, I'll come back to him outside. Anyway, I'll come back to it. ICSEI has Peter Drucker. That's his, not mine. That's Peter Drucker's quotation about the definition of the task of leadership. ICSEI has inspired the birth of the Africa Voices Dialogue, and we're positive that the joint effort will help us achieve our mission and in doing so serve our collective mission of quality education and dignity for all. To learn more, I want you to, founding members, could you please stand up? Aziz, Corbin, Andrew.